Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to talk on the hatred surrounding Forza Horizon 6 right now because, like I said before, the hate surrounding that game is forced. Alright, I had people out there hating on this game, and I'm like, this game ain't did nothing to you besides exist. It's silly, you know, because all of the different, I'm going to be talking on a lot of different racing games that I played over the years, and I have to say the only game that I can possibly think of that could be on that same scale is Forza Horizon 6 is the Crew Motorfest, because they got boat racing, they got plane racing, they got so many different types of playlists and missions that you can do, like that last playlist that they added, the NASCAR one. That playlist was actually pretty fun, and I wish that they would have done that with the actual NASCAR game versus what they did come out with. Like, don't get me wrong, NASCAR 25, it's a decent game, it's solid, but I wish that they would have went down the route like how they did with the Crew Motorfest. But I have to say that's probably the only game that I can possibly think of in the racing genre where it can be compared to Forza Horizon 6 and just the Forza Horizon series. But even that company, Ubisoft, the people that made the Crew games, even they've done some shady things with their games before. I mean, if we can just mention the time when they shut down the Crew, and it's like, fam, why would y'all do that? There's people that have even played that video game yet, and to have it where the game, you don't own it, you just bought a license to play it, fam. When you take money from my bank account, right, and that money is yours, I would imagine that in return, I'm going to get a video game, not license to a video game, the video game. So to me, I just find that very shady. But my thing is this: how come conversations like that? How come that's not being talked about? How come it's like people are so quick to criticize Forza Horizon 6, but you're not even like trying to take the time to look at other video games out there? And one game that I can think of in particular where I'm like, fam, there is so much wrong from that game, but it falls in that category of a video game trying to be way too realistic. Project Motor Racing. I played that game a while back. I gave it a couple of chances. I played it on PlayStation, then I played it on PC. And I thought by playing it on PC that the game, it was a little bit more updated, that there were things that was changed with that game. Still, same exact game. Update didn't mean nothing. But I remember when I played that game for the first time on PlayStation, the game crashed on me right when I was getting ready to finish up a race. And then on top of that, they gonna have it set up where all of the cars did not pit. I was the only car that had to pit. So, you know what? No, the thing is this. I didn't even lose the race. I got disqualified from the race because I drove too fast through the pit stop area. At that point, lost me as a customer. I was like, nope, I don't care if GameStop gives me $2 and $5 in-store credit. I do not want this game in my possession no more. So yes, I did. I think I sold that. Yeah, I think I had sold that game. But anyways, sold it. I was like, no, I have no desires on playing this game again. It's one of those games where I'm like, look, maybe in the future you will get better, but here it is. We're in the future. I thought the game would get better. It didn't. It still was the same crap that I played before. So that's why I was like, nah, bro, lost me as a customer. I'm trying to think of some other, Need for Speed Unbound, because it seems like a lot of people like to bring up Need for Speed, and I'm thinking to myself, are we forgetting that the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest exist? Like, why is it that there are people out there really trying to compare Need for Speed to Forza Horizon when the last two Need for Speed games, Need for Speed Heat was decent. I will say that much about Need for Speed. But Need for Speed Unbound, I think what they were trying to do, hold on for a second, I gotta sneeze real quick. False alarm, thought I had to sneeze, but I didn't. But anyways, Need for Speed Unbound, when I had played that game for the first time, I'll admit, I did have fun with it, but eventually it got to a point where I got to see that game for its true colors. And I don't know if it has something to do with my skin color, but fam, the amount of police chases that I have gotten into in that game, and it got to a point where I was like, bruh, I can't progress. I can't do a mission. I can't do nothing in this game if I'm constantly being chased by the cops. My thing is this, is it because my character is black? I'm like, fam, what, like, seriously though, what is going on with the police chases in Need for Speed Unbound? And I know there's gonna be people out there, they're gonna try to say, oh, it's a skill issue. I had that problem with Need for Speed Heat. And I feel like that it was the same game. It's just that they, I don't know, tweaked the settings. They did something to where I'm like, police chases were way too frequent in that game. It's a street racing game. Now, if it's a police chase simulator, then I feel like that the conversation surrounding Need for Speed would have been different. But I'm like, I've played so many different Need for Speed games. I played the original Most Wanted, that new Most Wanted, Underground 1 and 2, Heat. I'm trying to think of some other one. Hot Pursuit. What are some other Need for Speed games? I guess like Shift, but I think that's more so put in that category. It's like Forza Motorsports. They didn't even have like police chases in that game, but I played a lot of different Need for Speed games. The police chases, it wasn't bad. And my thing is this. If it's a mission design, kind of like how they had Hot Pursuit, and Rivals, I'm trying to think of some other ones that I play. But anyways, if they had it set up on like kind of like Hot Pursuit, where it's a mission that you have to do, where you have to escape from the police, okay, cool. I don't mind that. But my thing is this. If I'm playing this game and I'm trying to progress and there's a story that I need to follow, I'm not trying to, okay, my thing is this, right? Because you guys did come out with a movie. How do you think that movie would have turned out if you promoted all of these different things we're supposed to be seeing that was featured in the trailer? You see the Koenigsegg race, you see the final race, you see the Mustang driving through the desert, but the whole movie is just nothing but police chases. I think people would be extremely upset and they would be like, what happened to all these other different scenes and stuff that was supposed to happen that I seen in the trailer? Why is it that I'm only seeing police chases in this movie? Like, nah, bro, that's not what was promoted. Like, you promoted making it seem like there's a whole story to progress through, but I'm just seeing nothing but police chases. Yeah, people would definitely be asking for their money back. But that's how I knew that Need for Speed was Need for Speed Unbound was a bad game. I remember, and I think you could go off of them like Steam Key websites and get them for get it for a dirt cheap price. But I remember like when they have that game on sale, that it's at a low sale. It's not at no sale where it's like yeah, you could get the game on actually Epic Games for $9. Hold on for a second. So they got it on sale for $9. Somebody is really trying to sell a Palace pack or Palace Edition for $138 when you could get the Palace Edition on Epic Games. Yeah, they currently got the game on sale right now, and the sale ends, wow, they got this game on sale until next month, June 11th. That's crazy, and they got it on sale for $10 right now. Yeah, because they probably know, like, there's going to be people out there that don't want to spend $69.99 for Forza Horizon 6. So, hey, look at us. We got our games for $10. My thing is this. From what I experienced in a Need for Speed Unbound, to anybody out there where you're trying to make that choice, that decision, should I get Need for Speed Unbound or should I get Forza Horizon 6? Get Forza Horizon 6. Yes, you are paying more, I guess, if you buy the game or if you're thinking about getting Need for Speed Unbound during the sale. But even outside of the sale, they have it where this game is the same price, but they got less in there. Yeah, no, Need for Speed Unbound it's not a fair comparison to Forza Horizon 6. I know a lot of people out there will try to argue that. My thing is this. With Forza Horizon 6, you can progress in that game. I'm like a level 50 in that game, and they don't have it set up where they don't have like no police chases in that game. I mean, I feel like that's the one thing that they could potentially add in the future, but I don't want it to be a thing where I'm constantly being chased by the cops and I can't do missions in that game. Like, that's how they have it set up, because I know people are going to try to, like, run up and say, oh, it's a skill issue and things. So this is what they do, I guess, for those that are like, well, explain the police chases, like, what happens. So the game will start. They say that this mission is 4 miles away from you to do this street race. Okay. Driving there, see a cop driving by me, like on the way there and things, cop doesn't do nothing. See another cop doesn't do nothing. They'll have you a cop right near you when you're getting ready to do the race, and then they have like this meter thing that flies up all fast, and then right when you're getting ready to go and do this, so that they don't have it on no thing where it's like, oh, it's a safe area or whatever, you can hurry up and drive through. No, when the police starts chasing you, you can't do the race no more, so you have to lose the cops. And then they're on some, like, you know how like in Grand Theft Auto, like when you drive away, then they'll spawn a cop in front of you. That's what they pretty much do in Need for Speed. So there ain't no like getting away from the cops. Cops is all over the place. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Man, has anybody ever beaten Need for Speed Unbound? Like, I gotta look that up. I gotta look up and see. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I guess that would be my question following after that. How many hours did you put into this game? Maybe you had some, good games, better games than I did, but I'm like, fam, how many people can actually say that they have beaten? I've beaten not Need for Speed, but Need for Speed Heat. But when talking about Forza, I've beaten 1, I've beaten 2. I haven't beaten 3, I've beaten 4, I've beaten 5, and I'm almost close to beating 6. So that's why I'm like, yeah, Forza Horizon, it's a lot more playable than Need for Speed Unbound. If we're talking on the other Need for Speed games, then maybe. But I'm like, those are legendary games. Like, if we're talking on that first Most Wanted, Underground 2, I'm trying to think of some other iconic Need for Speed games. That one that they did, Undercover, I thought that was pretty good. What was that? Dang, there was another one, too, where I think it had, like, a red car or something like that. I have that Need for Speed game, and I cannot think of the name of it. But anyways, Unleashed, that's what it was, Need for Speed Unleashed. So yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of different Need for Speed games we could compare Forza Horizon to, but I'm like, if we're talking about Need for Speed Unbound and we're comparing that to Forza Horizon 6, that's a silly comparison. That's not a fair comparison. That's like comparing a Volkswagen Beetle to a Koenigsegg Agera R. That is not a fair comparison. Yes, it might be a good, reliable car, but I think a lot of people are going to want that nice, multi-million-dollar supercar and things. If there's a car person out there, unless it's like some legendary, but again, we ain't seeing that with Need for Speed Unbound. There ain't nothing legendary about that game. So anyways, but I'm trying to think of some other racing games out there. Assetto Corsa Evo. That game was supposed to have an open world mode. What happened? Like, the developers, they just said, hey, on second thought, we ain't gonna add that. We're gonna just have it where we just add more cars and add a quote-unquote career mode. Yeah, if we're comparing, even like that's the thing too, because there was one person, a streamer that I had rated out to, where they said that BeamNG is better than Forza, and I'm thinking to myself, you have to add mods to BeamNG to make that game good. But if we're talking just base game, there ain't nothing in BeamNG worth playing. Like, there's nothing that they got going on in the base game unless you add mods. But it's like there ain't no reason to add mods, because I know people will be like, oh, well, there ain't no mod system in Forza. There's no reason to add a mod system. The game is good without mods. So that's what I'm like, if there's, my thing is this, the only type of mods I guess I would want to see in Forza is, so there's that one game, Automation, where you can make cars and then export the files over into BeamNG. I think if they were to have something like that for Forza, those would be the only mods that I would want to see. Other than that, there's no reason to mod Forza. Forza is that good of a game where you don't need to add no mods to it. It's like they have it where the community, they're creating a bunch of different things where they don't have to do no modding or do all this. It's like they could just come out with a good game, even without the community being involved and creating, because I think you could create tracks in there. If not, they do have it where they added this new feature where you can customize a garage and kind of like some land area and things. But yeah, it's like other than that, it's like the game was always good. Like, they don't need no mods to do that and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, if we're talking like BeamNG with mods, that can depend on anybody. It's like, because there's people out there where they're gonna have their modding system set up differently than the next person. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's not a fair comparison again, because I'm like, we're talking on a game where you have to add mods to make it better. I guarantee, and I'll probably let you know what, I guess this will be my question to people out there that do play BeamNG. Would you still play that game if the developers came out and said that mods would no longer be supported in this game? We just want people to play the base game because we feel like mods is damaging to our reputation. I guarantee and I promise you, a lot of people, we would start seeing bad reviews for BeamNG, that game, because where is that game at right now when with reviews? Hold on for a second. Let me see. Where is that game at? I was about to say I just had it installed. It's an overwhelmingly positive. I guarantee and I promise you, if they were to disable mods from that game would be at an overwhelmingly negative. Like, you can't compare a game where they need mods to make the game better to a game that don't even need mods and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm like. But yeah, you know what? Because I'm like, I do have Steam open. Let's just look through that racing section of Steam and see what they got going on. So first game that they promote, Forza Horizon 5. Let's see, Riders Republic. That game, the amount of stuff that you have to buy to make that game, that's another Ubisoft game, by the way, but the amount of stuff that you have to buy, and what's crazy, so they have I think, did they change it? I wonder if they changed it, because premium base game outfit pack, careers pack, frenzy pack, I don't think that contains because they did have one. Did they change the game? Because I'm like, before they had it set up where it was like the year one thing where it was like $90-something, but they have it set up where so the base game $39.99. So let's add the base game and then let's add all the DLCs. So to pretty much enjoy the Riders Republic, it'll be $164.94, and to play Need for Speed. So yeah, currently right now they did just release the standard edition, which is $69.99, but the premium edition is $119, and that goes for all the content I believe for the game. So unless I don't think they're going to add anything else. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, they do have it set up where it's like all the content that they have for the game that will come out for Forza Horizon 6, that it's all added into the premium edition. So that's why I'm like, I'm kind of confused. You know, if people do compare Riders Republic, I'm like, that's definitely not a fair comparison. The amount of stuff that you gotta buy in that game. Whether they got Lego 2K Drive, they're gonna shut that game down, I think, at some point. CarX Drift Racing Online, 1 was good, 2 not as good. I played that game, and it's funny how that game, it's currently sitting at a mixed rating, mind you. And I feel like that's something that needs to get brought up. Forza Horizon 6, I guess for those that are hating on this game, it's currently sitting at a very positive rating. And then on top of that, the amount of people, I wonder how many people are playing the game right now. Because I've been heavily into looking at the Steam play. And this is just talking on Steam. This ain't talking on Xbox. So currently right now they got over 156,000 people playing the game. Maybe it might jump up because it was like 2 days ago, and I think that was when the game had released. It was at 181,000. I know people are like, oh, game already done lost 30-something thousand players. I'm going to just let it cook for a little bit. Because that's one thing with Forza is that it's never disappointing. But this is just talking on Steam. This ain't talking Xbox. Well, yeah, just Xbox because they haven't. I don't know if they're going to release the game on PlayStation. But anyways, iRacing, if people are going to mention iRacing like, oh, that's a good game. Again, a lot of content needs to be bought to enjoy iRacing. You need to buy every single track and every single car to enjoy iRacing. That's not a fair comparison. Let's see. Grand Theft Auto, I wouldn't really consider that a racing game, but I have to say that's probably the only other game where I would say that it's just with the amount of stuff that you could do in there, I would say that yes, it is better than Forza Horizon because it's Grand Theft Auto. There's so many different things you could do in there besides racing. So, at least with Forza, they explore all options with racing. But Assetto Corsa 1, again, that's a video game where you need mods to enjoy it. You ain't gonna enjoy it just by itself. So, same with all the other Assetto Corsa games like Rally, Evo, Competizione and stuff. Like, those games don't have no content outside of what gets modded into the content later. But anyways, yeah, there's not really a whole lot of different open world games that could be compared to Forza Horizon besides Forza Horizon 5. And if we're going to compare Forza, or people are going to say that Forza Horizon 5 or 6 is just like 5, how? when one game takes place in Mexico and the other one takes place in Japan. But at the end of the day, it's like, you can't change nothing with that game. It's like, I guess, because my thing is this, that's like going into a restaurant and then being mad that a dish that you had last year is exactly the same, because it is the same dish. Not in a way where it's like, I guess, like a disrespectful way, like, oh, that therefore makes the game bad. It's like, well, what could they possibly do to change it? So that's why I'm like, man, you know, people hating on Forza, it's just silly right now. Like, no, it really is silly, because I've seen a lot of different games where people have tried to argue with me and say that the game is good when it's not. Fam, you ain't gonna sit here and argue with me saying Forza Horizon 6 is bad, but all these other different games that I've criticized are good. No, we ain't doing that. So, anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Most likely, if you follow me on Twitch or look at any content that I've been posting gaming related, it's going to probably be a lot of Forza content. So, but anyways, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.